Hi everybody, my name is Becca and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been waiting so long to finally be able to make videos. I am a 23-year-old makeup artist. I'm studying business administration in school. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I own my own cosmetic company called Novely Cosmetics. And on this channel, I'm going to be posting videos anything from makeup tutorials, makeup reviews, makeup hauls, to business tips, business tricks, everything small business. Since my business is makeup geared, it's mostly going to be speaking on cosmetic company, small business stuff, but some of the other tips that I will have throughout all of these videos can definitely apply to other small businesses as well. Specifically for today's video is going to be the first in my business series called Business Basics, and this is how to start a small business. I hope you guys enjoy. As every YouTuber says, please subscribe, hit the like button. I will link my website in the bio if you want to see that, as well as our Instagram. And like I said, I'm a makeup artist, so I will also leave my makeup Instagram in the bio as well. And let's just get into it. So the first thing I would say to anybody who is looking to start a small business is it is so much more work than you may think it will be in the beginning. I'm a little over a year into my business now. I started it June 16th of 2020, and let me tell you, I am on my phone all day just marketing, reaching out to people, just doing business stuff. So if you're not prepared for that, and if you're not okay with doing that, then I would just put some thought into that. You have to really love what you do, because like I said, it is so much work, but also on the other end, it is extremely rewarding, and it's just my favorite thing in the whole world. I love my business, and I am so excited to do what I do every single day. I have my notebook with my thoughts, so if you see me looking over here, just looking at my notebook. The first thing you need to start a business obviously is a website. Personally, I use Shopify. I will never use any other e-commerce website. This is the one I started out with and the one I will continue to use. I just love it so much. It's super easy to use, really easy to navigate. You can pretty much do anything you want with it, and there's also thousands of applications that you can add to your store with tons and tons of features, which makes it really customizable. There's other websites I know like Wix and Big Cartel. I'm not too sure about those. If you use those and you prefer those, that's totally fine. I just like Shopify. Unfortunately, the simple plan or the basic plan is on the pricier side. I believe I pay $312 yearly for my basic plan, so you have to make sure you're okay with that and you can invest in that. Shopify also gives you the option to use like your business name .myshopify.com, so you don't have to buy a domain. However, I wanted a domain, so I think it was like $14 annually, or maybe just once. That's not bad. That's not a bad price. So this is all definitely something you need to take into account. As for money-wise, one of the things that I heard in the beginning that I've definitely realized is you need to spend money to make money. Next up, I want to talk about inventory. This is a big one. It has everything to do with your business. Whatever you choose to sell, whether it's makeup, hair, clothes, whatever. If you have to buy it from a vendor, that can be something that's kind of intimidating. For me in the beginning, it was intimidating. I really didn't know what I was doing, and I did lots and lots and hours of research. And then I finally got the guts to reach out to some vendors, and it is not as scary as you may think it is. When you are buying inventory, please don't buy a ton of inventory. That is a big mistake. especially if you're just starting out and really small. Like I said in the beginning, if you are not fully committed to this, it can be a nightmare for you. If you order 100 pairs of lashes and a couple weeks later you decide maybe this isn't for me, well, you're stuck with 100 pairs of lashes. So when I first started, I want to say I ordered maybe 30 lashes. That took a while for me to sell out because I was just starting out, getting the hang of things. And then slowly, if you enjoy doing it, you want to keep doing it, you just slowly buy more and more inventory every single time. Secondly is finding a vendor. This can be so easy. Personally, I either look on Instagram or I use Alibaba. My business originally was just lashes, so I looked up lash vendor, eyelash vendor, mink lash vendor, faux lash vendor, whatever it is you want to sell. And then all of the posts that come up are actually the vendors, wherever they are, posting their products, and you just go to their page. I would just scroll through, see if I liked what I saw. I'm really picky, so it took me a while to trust in what I saw. And there should be a WhatsApp number. You need a WhatsApp to get in contact with the vendors most of the time. So you just message them, say I'm interested in buying blah blah blah, and take it from there. One thing I would say about vendors is a lot of them, I've noticed, are very tricky. They will try to charge you way more than they really need to be charging you, number one. Number two, on their profiles, they will use pictures that are not theirs. I started selling colored lashes a while back, and randomly one day I came across this lash vendor that I've never talked to, never bought from before. They had been stealing my pictures from my Instagram, using it on their page to promote products that obviously weren't theirs. So that's really something you need to look out for, because you don't want to get all tangled up in a vendor that's not honest. Alibaba is also great. However, I find finding lashes is easier to find a vendor on Instagram. When I transitioned my company to cosmetics, then I started using Alibaba more. That's where I ordered my eyeshadow palette, my split gel liners that I have. They have so many different products. I would suggest not to use the first vendor that you talk to. In the beginning, when you're first talking to that first vendor and they give you a price, you could be like, wow, that's really cheap. You should not be paying $4 for one pair of lashes. Don't do it. They will try to charge you that much. Most of the time, you can talk them down. I would start looking into a couple vendors, talk to a couple of them. One of my most important tips is to always test out the products first. So you can ask them if you could have a sample order to test the products. Side note, shipping is expensive. Expect shipping to be expensive. That's just unfortunately how it is with all of them. It's not going to be cheap, but if you really love it and you invest the time in it, eventually it will all come back to you. Supplies also kind of has to do with inventory, shipping supplies. In the beginning, I believe first impressions are everything, so I spent a little bit more money on things in the beginning to get that good first impression, to have people want to share my products, to have them get their package and say, oh my gosh, this is so nice, and want to buy again. This was my first box that I got when I first started getting lashes. This was $1 for this box, and then I would have the lashes inside. I would buy stickers for the top of the box. A lot of vendors have free boxes, but they're not the best quality. You can customize boxes, but they usually have a minimum order quantity of 50 to 100 or more, and that can get very expensive to start off with. So I did this, and then I would wrap it in pink tissue paper, put a really cute sticker on it. I would put it in a mesh bag with some little shred, and I even bought flower petals because my whole theme was flowers that I would put inside. I'd have the pretty little colored mailers, I realized that that is an extra cost that you don't need, is like pretty mailers. If you really think about it, people are just going to be throwing it away in the trash. They're going to say, maybe, wow, that's a nice color. Throw it in the trash. So those are things like that you should think about where you could cut corners. But however, the supplies for the inside of the mailer is what mattered the most to me. Now, since I'm a little more into my business, I've kind of cut back on some of the extra things, like I don't buy stickers anymore for the inside of my packages. I have custom packaging now that is a little bit cheaper. I don't have to buy the stickers from Vistaprint that are insanely expensive. Buying supplies, is kind of up to you. I like to use Amazon, or you can use Alibaba or AliExpress. They do a lot of custom packaging. I highly recommend adding that into your shipping costs, or adding that into just the cost of the whole thing itself, because that way you can find out a more accurate profit that you're going to make off of the whole thing. Next, I want to talk about social media. Social media is your best friend. Your best friend when starting out a new business and you are trying to market, you're trying to get your products out there. It is, I can't even tell you, I don't really sell products in person. All of my sales have come from social media. Watch YouTube videos on ways to market on social media. Instagram and TikTok are the two really big apps that I would recommend you really hop on the train of if you're starting a small business, no matter what business it is. Instagram is such a big way for you to get out there, to connect with people, to connect with potential buyers and customers. And then it wasn't until a couple months ago where I saw a video of a guy saying TikTok is such an important platform. There are people getting rich just off of one video over a amount of couple days. And he was like, this app is only going to be popular once. Nothing like it will ever come by again, so you need to take advantage of it now. Light bulb! I started taking my business TikTok more seriously. Since then, I get a ton of orders and new customers from TikTok. I also get a lot of new traffic from TikTok to my business Instagram. Hashtags on Instagram. I don't use hashtags that much on regular posts. I just, in over a year, have not gotten that much extra traffic from using hashtags. If I'm posting a reel, I will most definitely use hashtags. I will use all 30, especially now because Instagram has announced they are going to be transitioning to more of a video e-commerce based app instead of photo sharing. That sucks. Support others and they will support you. You will get back what you give, and I want people to support me, so of course I'm going to support other people. The biggest thing about social media is you absolutely have to stay active. You constantly have to be posting posts, stories where people can engage with them. Unfortunately, I think Instagram is very manipulative. If you are not keeping up with a schedule, then you will fall behind. I would recommend posting at least once a day. I try to post 2 to 3 times a day, and I try to post at least 5 stories on my Instagram a day. As far as social media goes, I think that is one of the biggest things in marketing your small business when you're starting out. Not even just when you're starting out, but throughout having your business. Let's face it, today's world is transitioning to technology and shopping over the phone. Stay on the trends. When I'm doing TikToks for my business, I try to relate them somehow to trends that are going around on TikToks. One thing I would say is a big no-no, which I know that some people don't have the means to be able to get a website. I think a big detriment to your company is having a DM to order type business. that's making it more difficult for the customer, and in return you will lose a lot of business that way. That's all I have today for the tips on starting a small business in my Business Basics series. I didn't want to dive too deep into each category because I would rather make a whole separate video and add it to the series. If there are any video suggestions that you would like to see, please comment them down below. I have learned so much information and I have so much more that I would like to share. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well. I would love to talk to you guys. I would love to hear your opinions on what I said, see what works better for you. Maybe I would be interested in that. Okay, that's all I've got. I hope you enjoyed. Till next video. Bye, guys.